Lights, camera, action.
In a studio where local filmmakers talk to other filmmakers about the inside world of film.
Cut.
That's not the script. It. We'll fix it in post. Do you wonder how films are produced and what really goes on behind the scenes? Well, stand by. Filmmakers Kevin Mumphrey, Victoria V.A. Jones, and Carson Hype Ferguson explain all the details. Right here on It, We Will Fix It in Post podcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Whenever you're listening, I thank you for doing so. I'm Kevin Mumphrey, and this is Fuck It, We'll Fix It in Post. I'm here with my colleagues Carson Hype Ferguson and Victoria V.A. Jones.
What's going on?
Today we have an actor from the Little Rock, Arkansas area. Today we're talking to Keith Harper. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
We good.
You sound filled with energy.
Yes, sir. I love y'all. The title of y'all podcast. I feel it. Like, I just feel it. Fuck it. We'll fix it in post.
Hey, look, I don't think any editor is feeling that.
Of course.
Yeah, But that's
it's catchy.
That's what it is, though.
It's catchy until you have to edit.
Right, and then it's like, oh man, they need to change this. They need to change this.
So, Keith, what got you wanting to become an actor?
Okay, so what happened was, I'm gonna take y'all back. Like in high school, I was about to get expelled, right?
Interesting
senior
start.
year, yeah, it is. About to get expelled senior year. Like this class clown, stuff like that. And my principal was like, hey, you need to go down the hallway after school today. You need to get into something constructive. After school, you be running these streets. And I was like, man, I ain't finna go down there and audition for no play. Like, nah, that's whack. Nerds do that. That's whack. And he was like, nah, man, give it a try. You might like it. And the rest is history. So, yeah, that's really where it started. And I just kind of stuck with it because it's like a safe place. I enjoy exploring characters and stories and seeing like the full product of film. I like the process. So you got to like the process in whatever you do. And I like the process of building characters and stuff of that nature.
So,
but yeah, that's where it started back then.
So when you went to the theater department, what was it about it that kind of made you felt at home there?
I think theater actors and I think creators and I don't say creators in general, but most of the creators that we meet in the world, they friendly, for the most part. Most of them. I ain't gonna say all of them, but a lot of creators I've met. Yeah, but a lot of creators I've met, artsy, creative people, they friendly. And they like to share and help. And I was a little bit scared to like kind of go in, but they was friendly and open with me. And I think that opened up the door to want to learn more about it. And like I said, it's very interesting, just the whole process in general.
I don't know why, man. You just made me think about like this time I was at a film festival, and this girl, she lived down in Hollywood, and she was like submitting her film to film festival. And you can tell she had a little bit of change, right? And
right.
I said, oh, that's a nice little bag. He's like, what kind of bag is that? That me being me, I'm just trying to start a conversation. She's like, oh, it's Versace. You didn't know that? And I'm like, oh, I wanted to say something crazy to her, but I'm just like I think about that whenever somebody says, like most of them are friendly.
She was that 20%.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the first project, or first play that you worked on?
The first play might have been Lord Jesus.
Was that the name of it? Was that the name? That wasn't the name. What was it?
No, that wasn't the name. I'm trying to.
Honestly, that'd be a good name. Like for real. Look,
this second episode.
That'd be a good name. I promise you. Be like, what's the name? Oh, Lord Jesus. He'd be like, no, tell me what the name is. You'd be like, nah, then you have to explain it. And be like, I gotta go see this.
I appreciate you so much, Carson. All these drinks,
Right,
drinks
right.
you finna buy me, I appreciate it. All these drinks you finna
It sounds
buy
like the name
me.
of a Medea play, to be honest.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real. That's like one of them Tyler Perry joints back in the day.
It was. No, it was the Tyler. No, I think that was the first place. Something like that. It was something like that. Yeah. I knew I changed my name or my last name. It was something like that. I know I've been changed. That's the first place. I think back then.
Some church hood, churchy hoodie.
Yeah, but it came out in the late '90s, and then he took off. He took off.
So what was the play that you worked on first?
I think it's called Jesus Lord. The Member of the Wedding. I think that's the name of it. It was a while ago. Member of the Wedding. I played a guy named Honey Camden Brown, and he had like the saxophone, I think. And I didn't know how to play the saxophone, but it was this guy around the corner from my neighborhood. He would play the saxophone, and I kind of like look at him, and you know, you can pick up different behaviors and stuff. You know, the way people interact with each other, things of that nature. And I kind of try to take some of that in on the stage with me. And yeah, so it's Member of the Wedding. That is the first one.
So when the first time you got on stage, were you nervous, or do you kind of remember your feelings at that time?
I was not. That's weird. I wasn't nervous. I think because, you know, man, you grew up in a black church. You know, you do these Easter speeches, these little praise dances. You already in front of the congregation. Yeah, that's all. You know what I'm saying? So that performance presence I was like, nah, okay, here we go. It's another performance. Like, you know, so because you know, when you grow up, you already, you know, Easter speeches, the MLK speeches, Christmas speeches. You in front of the congregation singing your little song. So that being in front of people wasn't a problem.
So
I wasn't nervous.
You got all your stage fright out in church. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think they, man. Let me tell you something, B. I think they like the church is like like if you think about it, that's where that's where they kind of like molding. I don't say molding the performers, but that's where you know what I'm saying. You get some type of foundation, some type of support, some type of start.
Right.
Growing up especially in a Baptist church or whatever the case may be. But yeah, you get some type of start there, and I think from there it just grows and blossoms. Now the problem with the church is they're real supportive, and they might not be honest with you. You know, okay, baby, you still did good. Okay, I did good messing up, but I mean, you know, little stuff like that. But yeah, that's where I got to start from. So I wasn't nervous when I got on stage.
So, because you tend to hear like the church is like a great starting place for like singers, actors, and things of that nature. So, do you feel like the church is a really good kind of starting ground for actors or people in the arts in general? Yeah,
because I did pantomime too. So we had the white face paint on, the gloves, the mom dancing. So yeah. You know, that's
what church was this again?
Greater Trinity Church of God in Christ, Kojic.
Why were you pantomiming in church?
You said what?
Why were you pantomiming in church?
When you mime dance,
yeah, you never heard of that? You never
No.
seen that? They either they're in all white and they have gloves and their faces painted. And
our faces painted white, and you will mime dance.
Right.
For example, some people would do Kirk Franklin. You know, just different Donnie McKirkland. We Fall Down.
I seen that a whole lot.
Yeah, that's just like
I
praise
didn't see it
dancing.
in a church.
To that very song.
Yeah, they do it all the time in church.
Right.
Or praise dance.
Yeah, when I see people
praise
in
dance
white,
is more popular. You'll see praise dance more, maybe. But yeah, both of them, praise dance and mom dance. Yeah.
They got step teams.
Yeah, that too.
Step team. Yeah, no, my church didn't have that neither. Yeah, when I saw people in white, they came to get the money. It was time to give.
Yeah, you're right though. It's offering time.
Oh yeah. They had a whole song for it and everything. Like, look, I'm not fit to sing and y'all fit to take my money. We're not doing this.
You ain't been to church until you've been to the church where they got two offerings.
Right.
Oh my Lord!
At the same time, they passed some dudes out. Hey, we got some bills.
Back to back.
We got some bills to pay.
It'd be one on one side of the church and one on the other. Like, yo, you didn't see your man's over here?
No. It's two different
No,
offerings.
it's two different.
They
so
say, yo, this money is going for this.
Right, and then this money's going for something else.
Yeah.
At least they explained that to y'all because they didn't do that to me.
Like the
That's
Cadillac,
money though.
yo, man, the Cadillac, whatever. I'm like, yo, okay, I got 120. Y'all gonna split this between the two?
I'm gonna split whatever I
And
get.
look, now they got churches with direct deposit forms. I'm like, oh, yo.
Or some churches got cash out.
I was finna say,
yo,
I got
yo.
at this point they gotta have cash.
I'm talking about when you can do allotments.
What?
Allotments to the church. They will take it out of your check. Be like, oh, when you get paid.
Oh no.
When you get paid, oh yeah. Like, man, that's another bill.
Y'all not
man.
finna have my routing information.
That's another bill, man.
Heck no,
Like,
y'all
for
will
real.
not.
They got all that, man. I was like, I went to one of the big churches, and they were like, oh, don't worry, we take this. We got a credit card machine in the front, but you can put on this piece of paper if you don't feel comfortable. You can go to the front and get the machine. I'm like,
They got it with the machine.
yeah, like credit card processor.
Oh, I thought you were saying ATM machine. I was like, ooh, no.
They did have an ATM too.
No.
So like, you know, if you wanted to do cash,
No.
That's crazy.
I'm like, yo, man, like this is like a mall. The church had like a Chuck E. Cheese zone, and they had like a pizza thing. I'm like, what's going on?
Man, they using them
I'm
offerings.
like, what is going on? I'm like, why? You
Yo, they
doing
making
all
that
this?
bread.
Oh,
They making that
Right.
bread.
You ain't lying. I was like, yo, I probably can't parishon here.
But like your first play you did, was that at your school?
That ended up being at the weekend theater, so it was like a local theater around, not too far from my school.
So no, you weren't around like people you was taking classes with and stuff like that.
Say again.
So you weren't around like people you were taking classes with, like the basketball team or.
Yep, or whatever the case may be. Yep.
So it was like when
Yeah. Because in theater class, you basketball players in there, the drama students, the choir students, all those people. Yeah.
So like with for this particular project, like how long was the rehearsals?
You throwing me back now? Maybe like a 2-month period. Maybe like a 2-month period. Yeah.
So would you say you got kind of gone closer to that, or at least at that time, you had kind of gotten closer to the other cast and crew?
Yeah. Over time, yeah, because everything was still new for me, so I really didn't know how it worked on this first one. But over time, yeah, you create relationships and bonds, and then I still talk to most of them people today. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing with me. Like I told, cause me and B, she was a cinematographer and something, and I told her
Or
once.
something. I love that.
Yes.
I love that.
No. Okay, B was cinematographer for election.
Pull it back.
I love
B was
it.
the cinematographer for election 2020, directed by Flo Gibbs. And I told B like back in December, I was like, you stuck with me now. So like B, you stuck with me. Like it's a wrap. So like yeah, you build relationships and bonds with people.
And I've been stuck with them. Literally.
That's right. That's it.
So what what actors, if you remember growing up, what actors you may have been influenced by?
This is a good question. I think of course Denzel. I think that's where it starts. I think growing up, like Denzel. I think that Taraji P. Henson is pretty dope. I think growing up it was mainly them two right there, and then as I got older, I became more aware of the game. So I started studying maybe Sidney Poitier, Viola Davis, Cicely Tyson, Pam Grier. So as I got older, it went further back.
So,
but at first it was just like Denzel, Taraji, people like that.
So when you got older and kind of started looking at actors differently, so when you watch something of theirs, so what is it you were exactly looking for?
See, that's a good question. Cause it depends. Cause sometimes I'm watching movies, I'm just watching for pure enjoyment. Sometimes I don't necessarily be studying anything. But then there's other times where I like study his or her like body movement, gestures, the way they talk, walk, the way they point their finger. They look in their eye when they turn to the camera, but they don't look in the camera, but they know where the camera at. That's the camera awareness. Little things like that. So that's what I look for.
Oh, you learned some stuff, didn't you? Uh-oh.
No, I'm saying, you know what I mean, B. You already know.
No, I'm just saying, you learned some stuff. I'm proud of you. I'm happy.
Thank you. I be trying. I be trying every now and then. But then it's other times like Fast 9. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm probably gonna watch that for pure enjoyment. So it's certain films I'm like, this is cool. Let's just watch it for fun. And other films like Training Day, I'm like mesmerized. Like this.
So do you go in and you watch a film? Because what I do is I'll go in and I'll watch it just for enjoyment. Then I'll go back and I'll watch it again to analyze it. Do you do that?
Exactly. That's exactly what I do. Like Us, when I saw Us, it was pure enjoyment. The second time, I was like, dang, Lupita, how did you do this? And then I started researching. I was like, oh, okay. And so she did one of her characters. Jordan Peele filmed one of her characters this day. And then for stamina-wise and health-wise, they did the other characters another day. And he was able to edit it and piece it together versus doing them all in the same day. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so acting-wise, she's able to fully invest in one character, and then the next day she can fully invest in the other character and bring them together in the editing room.
That's gotta be draining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds draining. So you can take your actor. Like, you can go to a film. You can take your actor hat off.
Yes.
And with like, you ever see something that almost like kind of snaps on, or like
heck yeah, I be trying not to. If I'm on a date, I leave that motherfucker in the car. I leave it in the car. But I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes it sneaks out of my pocket and I put it on. I gotta check myself. So yeah, it be hard sometimes. It'd be hard.
Part of me, I was like, I don't ever like think critically of a movie until like it's like something subconsciously or whatever. If I don't catch it right away, I'll be like, I put a pin in that. And I'm gonna come back to that later, and then I just watch the rest of the movie, and I'll be like, what was it? And I had to dig into it. I'll be like, what was it that caught my interest, like around this part? And then I started trying to figure out psychologically, like why that, or and then sometimes I'll be like, I even get even deeper into it and be like, all right, the lighting, all this other stuff. I'm like, man, that was wow. And it'd be like,
like the Joker one.
Yeah. And it'd be like
the actor hat came out. It came out immediately. I was like, wow.
And it'd be like 2 or 3 seconds. It'd be like something just like nobody else, like they're looking at you crazy. I'm like, because you're geeking out on something. I'd be like, man,
right.
See, I was like that with both Jokers, like with Heath Ledger's Joker and Joaquin Phoenix. It's like,
I can see why.
That role is like you could do so much with it. It's like, okay, let me see how he's going to portray it. So yeah, I couldn't take a date to that movie at all because that would get on my nerves.
Honestly, when they said it wasn't going to be portrayed like the typical Joker or whatever, I was like looking at it kind of funny.
I originally had that too, but it's like you can do so much with it.
Yeah.
It's like even before that, there was so many different portrayals. I mean, Jack Nicholson's portrayal was far different than Heath Ledger's. Yeah. The TV show was just a comical version of it, and it all works.
But I think the Heath Ledger is closer to the graphic novels, which most people that are into Batman, like the ones that I know anyway, were into it more than like say the earlier versions. You know what I'm saying? Because there's different adaptations.
So
what about the how y'all think that the other guy did? His name Jared Leto. It was like a gangster type Joker.
No.
That was the reason I didn't bring him up.
We don't speak of that Joker.
That's cool. Okay.
That was
really.
It's clownish, man. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't take him serious. The Joker is a very interesting character because he's like crazy and he's out there and he's always like doing all this stuff. But, you always, like, know where he is in the room, or where he is on screen or whatever because he's the wild card, a la Joker.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm saying, like, that's a dude you always have to, like, put your finger on. You have to know where he is and you have to count for him and all that stuff. I was like.
It didn't come off as
that
important.
Was clownish. I mean, it was just clownish. It's just bad representation.
Now, I
Yeah.
had read something that they were saying like they edited out.
Yeah.
At least that was Jared
Wait,
Leto's.
He was supposed to be in there more.
Yeah. And they're like, you probably didn't like it because they edited so much of it out.
No, I didn't like the idea of the
But-
character anyway.
And that was the point I was going to make. Like, if they had to edit a lot of you out, there was a reason for it.
He was even supposed to be in Suicide Squad, and they X'd that out.
It's like, ooh, this is a bad idea. That was a painful. I totally forgot about the Joker until you even mentioned it. I have X'd that one out of my head.
He had the Paul Wall grill. I was like,
Yep, sure did.
oh man, I'm like, what are they doing? What are they doing?
Right.
Oh my God, you're
They
right.
tried. They failed, but they tried.
That's what it looked like.
Sometimes they try too hard to do something else.
That wasn't even trying too hard, dude. You literally said the Joker had a Paul Wall grill. That wasn't like strong. There wasn't like strong thought and planning put into that.
It like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, part of that is probably the representation. So they just assume like people with grills are menacing, huh?
I mean, I wasn't going that deep into it.
I don't know, man.
I just did though, too, mentally. I just thought about it.
So, with stage acting, something I tend to be interested in with actors. When you are on stage and you're like looking in the crowd, do you look at people or do you have like a focal point that you like to look at?
Yeah, I never look at people. Yeah, it's a focal point or some type of it's a certain spot. Yeah, I never look at people. Yeah, I don't even know my parents are out there if they are out there. Like, yeah, that's how locked in I try to be. Yeah, because then the second you look at people, you mess up a line and it ain't no cut. You can't cut on stage, so you gotta keep rolling with it, and that didn't happen before.
Okay, so when you get to the point where you're forgot a line or mess up a line, because you're on stage, what happens there stays there. So how do you like bounce back from that?
I try to reword it if possible. So, because my line might end a certain way, and another actor got to get ready to speak. So if I try to end it, similar or some the way we've been rehearsing. But one time, I forgot that thing completely, and somebody said something. This is a long time ago. I don't do that now. I'm seasoned. But I don't do that now. But it's probably 5 years ago. But somebody said something, and I was like, thank God. Like I gave him that look, and then blah blah blah. I spoke. So sometimes actors feed actors their line or something like that in a slick way. Or if we mess up, we got to reword it and try not to make it look so obvious. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it still be looking obvious.
You just kind of ad-lib your way out of it.
Yeah, that's an option. Yeah, that's an option. That's an option. It is. That's definitely an option.
Now, have you ever acted opposite somebody where you were trying to help them out and they just didn't get it?
On stage, I think so. Yeah. Maybe a couple years ago, a friend of mine, we was doing a play in Detroit '67 and about the race riots in Detroit in the summer of 1967. We did that at school in college, and there was a really important line before his monologue, and I'm like, bruh. Like, like I'm trying to say something to hey, this is what you need to say before, because you, for whatever reason, tonight you're not saying it in order. And you gonna mess up your dramatic monologue because your spotlight is gonna come on, brother. And he didn't catch it. And it worked out. He made it work because he's a great actor. But it's moments like that. It's definitely moments like this.
So you keep naming these certain plays, and what kind of plays or roles do you go for yourself?
I want something interesting. I want an interesting character. I never try to play the same person. Sometimes I might get typecast, maybe, but just somebody interesting. I think I really want somebody interesting and with some layers and that's complex. So it doesn't have to be the lead. But it doesn't have to be the supporting character all the time either. Just whoever's interesting is who I really want. Something that challenged me.
So, what would you say the most interesting role you've played so far?
Wow. Okay. I played a character by the name of Nasty Interesting Man in this play called Eurydice.
Wait, what was that again?
The character name is Nasty Interesting Man. That's the character's name in the script, literally. Nasty
go on.
Interesting. Yep, right.
They didn't give him a name. They just gave him a
Nope.
characteristic of who he was.
Exactly. Yep. and that's exactly what he was. Nasty, interesting man. He wanted to pretty much he attempted to get with all the women in the play. He would fail. He would try to bring them home. He didn't have good intentions at all. X, Y, and Z. And that's his name, Nasty, interesting man. So that's probably the most interesting character I had. When I was working on the character, he real sneaky. Like, and he's slow. He's slow and he like a hunter. So when I worked on him, I had this my animal characteristics like a snake. So in the lines, when he said his lines, if there was a word that ended in S, I would extend the S like kind of give it that snaky vibe, kind of not being extra with it, but like all my S's, I would extend them. I would extend my S, and then when he lay down, he would kind of lay down in this like predator hunter type. It's weird, man. It's weird, but he would lay down in this hunter type predator, like leaned into him like a snake. Like, and then when I walked in the S. It was weird, but the way the stage was set up, they allowed it, so it didn't look weird. But I was kind of like walking like a small S, and I would rub my hands in a weird way.
Like Birdman?
That's,
like Birdman.
Yes, like Birdman. Yep. And I would do this weird thing. I would rub my fingers with my thumb, like just randomly when he talked. And then he's weird. He is weird.
It's a lot of details you've put into this role.
Yeah, and that guy, he's different. He's different.
So when did like the director give you kind of an outline of what we wanted this character to be, or he kind of gave you free range to kind of create this character?
She was like, she said, she wanted like a Mick Jagger type, like a Mick Jagger type, weird but inviting type vibes. And then that's when I started creating this like sneaky, inviting dude. So yeah, she gave me like an outline, and from there I just ran with it, and I started building it and building it and building it. Yo, like even at the table read, like the main character, like me and her, we interact throughout the play. I wouldn't even sit there near the table read. Like, this is a school play, so in class I wouldn't sit next to her. Like, I wouldn't talk to her. Like, I made it like I wanted to make it as uncomfortable as possible. So when we stepped on stage, it seemed natural. So like during the entire process, I wouldn't talk to her. I wouldn't text her. Like we ran lines like the night of the show or whatever. Like that's the only interaction we ever did because I wanted to keep that energy.
So you basically use real life comfort to kind of sell your character.
Yeah, is that method acting?
Yes, it actually is. It's it's in that lane of method acting. Yes. Got you.
Yeah. That's what I did there. Yeah.
Using authentic emotions to kind of.
I feel bad about it now. Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
You shouldn't. I mean, like, hey, use what you need to use.
Right.
I mean, so did you have to apologize to her afterwards, or?
Nope. Nope. Because she's an actor, so she understood. She know the game. She understood. We cool.
Now, there's some a kind of a method acting. Is that something you're kind of a route of acting you're more interested in pursuing?
Method? Not really. It depends on the character. It just depends on the character, I think. Yeah. Method, because method can be dangerous, right? I think it can be dangerous.
It definitely can be draining.
Right. It can be draining, dangerous. Like it definitely could. Yeah. So you gotta be able to control that. So not really, but I think for the right character, yes.
So no, what's old boy that is American Psycho? You know the dude he was in Terminator 3 too.
Right. Oh, I can't think of his name.
Yeah,
I can't think of his name.
man, he gets into it, and if you mess up, he'll yell at you like that lighting guy he did on that one set.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Man, he went on like a 15-minute cussing tirade on that dude.
Dang.
Man.
Because once you're out, and if you that mad, it's hard to get back in.
Like, I'm not gonna say the guy's name, but I know the cinematographer. He was like trying to get the lighting right, and like the scene's going on, he's like messing with the light, and I guess it just took old boy out, and he began to cuss him out, talk about what he doesn't do at his job, and
Man,
you know what kind of frustration you got if you talking about what if I did this is your job, if that's what you start out with. Oh,
You only hear, like, I can't think of any other profession where someone would go get angry at somebody and use that phrasing.
dang. Ooh.
But
I hate to be there for that.
I would too.
man, can you imagine everybody else? Everybody else is just like, trying to absorb, trying to get absorbed by the wall, trying to get away from it.
But you're also kind of looking at the same time because it's a train wreck.
Yeah.
Right.
You should do. It's uncomfortable, but you're like, where else I'm gonna look at it?
Right.
So, Key, do you as far as acting, do you much prefer the stage or film acting?
Oh, I'm 50-50. I'm right down the middle. Yeah. Both of them dope. I feel like you learn how to act on stage though, so there's no cut and there's a rehearsal process so you can build characters. Versus a lot of times with filming, you just you get the script, you do the table read, here's the shoot day, here's the call time. In theater, all right, you've been casted, here's the script, here's the table read, now let's rehearse. And I think that rehearsal process benefits. But I mean, back to the movie me and C did, the lovely C. Y'all got a dope cinematographer over there. Anyway, we did Lexus 2020 and
You throwing out
me and
these
my
comments. Like, where's all
Me-
these comments coming from? Huh?
Like, I mean, you dope. Me and Katrina Jones, we would like do Zoom meet. She played my wife in the film. We would do like Zoom calls with each other, and we tried to build that chemistry. So we added rehearsals, and I think because of the fact of us adding rehearsals, that made us more comfortable, and it made it more natural when we started arguing or whatever. So theater, I love them both, theater and film. But I think theater is a good place to learn how to act.
So since we brought it up, election 2020, can you kind of tell us? Like,
Oh yeah,
what was the
yeah.
role that you played?
I played a fella named Amir. His name was Amir. He is a Republican. A black man is a Republican. That's crazy. But he's a Republican. He has a certain way he feels about things. He is an alpha dog, and this is how we're going to vote this way, and we're going to support who we're going to support. And if you don't like it, you can shut up. He one of those kind of guys.
So how did you kind of like prepare? Because you want to say your line would be authentic. So how did you kind of prepare for that role?
Oh, who's the guy? Who's the political dude? Black dude. Ben Carson.
Oh, okay.
Like a dude like Ben Carson or these other Republicans out here. I'll kind of look at how they act, and they very direct. The Democrats are more on the liberal side. They the opposite. So they feel like they own everything in the room. Like you kind of look at the way they walk and talk and the way they interact with each other. They act like they own the world. So look at these Republicans that I see, and because I don't know any black Republicans personally. I'm glad I don't. But yeah, kind of looking at these ones I see on TV.
So playing a role that someone you've never type of person you've never seen. So when you first saw it and saw, okay, black Republican, were you a bit apprehensive to it, or did the role kind of excite you?
Yeah, it excited me. It excited me because it was something new. I was like, where these people live? Like, what? They somewhere down here in the South, I bet, somewhere out in the woods. They Republicans. They ain't from the city. Yeah, they different. So yeah, it excited me. It definitely excited me to kind of dig into something new.
So how was and Victoria, you can kind of chime in on this as well. So how was the filming process?
Listen, they was so organized with everything. I walked through the door. I'm finna just walk through the door and shake everybody's hands. They're like, no, Mr. Harper, go over there, make a left. You have to check in. We're gonna check your temperature first. We're gonna ask you a couple questions, and then you can go over there and wait. So they
we filmed
right.
this in during the pandemic, so it was a big risk for us to film it, but we did it anyways.
Right. Yeah, and the cast was small, and the crew was small, so it wasn't. That's the plus. It wasn't a lot of people, and I think we did it in 2 days. I think we did it in 1 weekend.
Yeah, it's a 2-day shoot. Yep.
And it's a 30-ish. I don't know the exact run time. Like I want to say 35 or 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But that's a lot. That's a lot in 2 days to knock out.
So again, y'all mentioned that this was filmed basically during the height of the pandemic. How did it feel to basically do a film during basically a historic time in your lives?
I mean, it was regular to me. I mean, there's still extra steps we had to take, but other than that, it was nothing. For me, it was nothing that was out of the ordinary, So I walked in with the mindset of getting certain things done with wearing a mask.
She was so cool. She was so cool on set. She was so cool.
She didn't yell at nobody like Tom Cruise.
Oh my god.
Nope, she didn't yell at nobody. She was cool. She walking around smiling. I just got done boxing. Like I was walking around smiling with a little hoodie on, looking cool.
That's the reason why I didn't yell at nobody. I got done boxing. Shoot,
right.
I got it all out.
Hey, Tom Cruise was trying to get that money. He's like, he already had to push that movie back 2 times. He's like, I ain't doing it again.
Right. She had her headphones on, just being cool. You know how she is, just cool with smiling, talking to everybody. Just cool. Had a little hoodie on. I think she had a pink hoodie on, if I remember. I think she had a pink hoodie on.
I did.
I don't forget.
One day I had a black hoodie on, and the next day I had a pink hoodie on. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Yep.
So how would you say?
But yeah, it was fun. It was fun filming that.
How would you say doing theater kind of prepares you for acting in film?
It's like it seems like, from my experience, more of a solid foundation. It just seems like because of the rehearsal period. Yeah, I think that's really where it comes from, the rehearsal period, because you have a constant days of rehearsal before the live performance. You got rehearsal, then you got friends and family night, then you got opening night, and then you have the show. The show might run for 2 weeks, so you got you're still working on it. You're still working on it. In film, you might shoot that one time and that's it. That scene outside might get shot one time and that's it. And you like, hey, can we do that again? I just thought of something. Nope, that's it. Next scene, Keith, you done for the day. But in theater, for real though, man, theater is like, all right, y'all, we did good today. We gonna come back to this tomorrow. We gonna work on this. We got opening night here, but that's okay because we gonna be this opening weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, by Sunday we gonna be amazing or whatever the case may be. It's repetitive. In film. And then it's it's money too in film. So I mean, time is money, especially in film. So you might shoot something one time and that's it for real.
So would you say that it's more tense doing film than stage?
Say again?
Would you say it's more tense doing film than stage?
Yes, maybe. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Which so like with theater, I guess you kind of, once it's over with, it's easier to just kind of let go. Right. Yeah. Film like that too. And then with film, you don't know what the reaction of people gonna be because now, you gotta go to post. This gonna go into an editing room. That's gonna take some months. Then you got the trailer.
So you sitting there as an actor like, Jesus Lord, I hope I did good on Victoria's film. Like you like, Jesus Lord, I hope I did okay. I hope I did okay on the film. You know what I'm saying? In theater, you get the feedback right then and there too.
Okay, so like with theater, like I say you're going through a line, you kind of mess it up a bit. Like how do you kind of? It's almost like if you're stuck on the fact that you messed up on this line, it's like you're tripping and it only gets worse and you kind of like stumble. So how do you kind of just like let that little mess up go and just kind of continue pushing on with the scene?
You better say your next line. You better say your next line. Yeah, you can't be stuck on it because you might make it up on your next line. You might say something comedic on your next line, and they forgot to mess up in theater, and they might laugh so hard that they forget to mess up, or the comedic line you said overruns the mess up you just did. So you got to keep going.
So with comedy,
but the beauty with film is that you can cut it though. But yeah, in theater, you got to keep going.
Yes, we can definitely cut it. I love that too. It's like it never happened.
Right.
So do you like as far as genre, right? Do you prefer to do drama, comedy, like which as far as on stage?
On stage, both. I mean, they both great. Comedy is crazy. Yeah, I'm naturally something wrong with me. My parents said something wrong with me. Like I'm off. So like comedy is second is right there. Like that's second nature.
Would they go same as film? Comedy?
Probably drama. Nope, I think drama.
Drama?
I like dark. I ain't gonna say I like dark stuff, but I mean, there's drama, but either or, I get down with either or.
So on the stage, you like more comedy, and in film, you like more drama. That's interesting.
Right. Yeah.
Is it kind of like
because in comedy, if that's if theater's in comedy, then you can be real big with everything in theater. You know, you can be real extra with everything in theater. And then on film, on the drama side, it's real intense, and I like that. It's a lot of stuff's in the eyes. It's real, it's just real intense stuff in film on the drama side.
So do you kind of pay attention more to like the details when you're doing like a drama in film, as far as like physical cues or movements you may make, or kind of like
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's like little stuff that I do. Like if I stand up from a table, and I gotta walk over and kiss my wife, and then I gotta look disgust or whatever. I stand up, I'll walk over there, and then my awareness, I naturally know where the cinematographer is. So I look in that direction, or I look off to where I know my face is catching a good angle from the cinematographer, and you can see the facial expressions or whatever they need to see, or both of us. So yeah, little stuff like that, little stuff like that. And I guess that comes from experience though. But little stuff like that, like walking off, but not walking off too far to where the cinematographer or director or anybody, they can see your face still. And you can give them what they need and then walk off like you really did something. Yeah.
And you have to do all that and make it look authentic.
Yeah, you better too. Or you ain't getting no check.
Yeah, definitely right on that.
Yeah, you're not gonna get no check. You won't be in this business that long.
Right.
Now, you also do plays out in the Atlanta area.
Yeah, and I did a web series in Indianapolis. Yep.
So you're basically acting in different states. So how do you kind of network out to kind of get yourself out there?
Just social media has been really great. The one in Indianapolis, I don't know if Instagram has this. I guess they do. Like, I guess Instagram pays attention. And maybe y'all know that they pay attention to what you search or whatever, maybe. And it popped up in my news
they
feed.
do.
See, I knew I wasn't tripping. And it popped up in my news feed like a casting call in Indianapolis. And I was like, and it's saying, why not? Fuck it, we'll fix it in post. Like, no, but fuck it, we gonna audition.
Fuck it, we'll find out.
Yeah, fuck it, we'll find out. And so I did the audition. The rest is history. They casted me. I flew out there. She put me in a hotel. She took care of me. We did it. and that's the web series. And then in Atlanta, we did a stage version of that play in Little Rock, and everybody from Little Rock didn't make it. But I was one of the people that made it, like me and like maybe one other person. And she was like, "I'm gonna turn this into a movie," and that's what she did. So she turned it into a film. So it's a lot of Atlanta actors out there, and then me and like one other person from Little Rock, and we did that into a film. And then she wants to take it back on tour, maybe next year when all this stuff with the pandemic died down. And that's Black Wall Street. Deep Greenwood, Black Wall Street.
So what is that about?
Basically, it's a bunch of Black entrepreneurs in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Our play takes you through the lives of certain people, actual people. Well, you know, the characters are their real names of the people, the events that led to the riot and the shooting and all of that, like literally up until the moments that happened, and just their daily lives of how great Black Wall Street actually was, and how corrupt, and how everybody was hating on them outside of Black Wall Street in the city of Tulsa and Oklahoma for that matter. So yeah, it just takes you through the daily lives of those characters leading up into the riot.
So did you do any research?
Yes, it was hard though, because some people hard to find, because these actually like real people. So some people was hard to find, but yeah, I did research on it, and it worked out. It took a minute though, but it worked out, and I tried to, you know what I'm saying, because you can't talk to these people. So I try to, you know, you read it and you think, he seems playful, he seems this and that, and he's probably got a little style or this and that. So if I would have really like went in, like I probably would have changed my hairstyle too, but I didn't have enough time to do that. I probably would have changed my hairstyle, all that jazz for this. But yeah, I probably would have left the fade at the house. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have did something different with my hair.
So when you get a script and you look over the script, how do you prepare and how do you memorize those lines?
I think you just prepare with research. There's a lot of research that goes into it, and you find your beats and you find character objectives. Like, because the writers, it's always something somebody wants. When people write scripts, it's always something somebody wants. And as an actor, you got to find out what the director or writer, what they wrote for that character. What does that character want? And from there, you kind of build and stuff like that. And then as far as the lines, I don't have no method. I just read it. Like, I just read it over and over and over again, to the point where I even know the other people's lines. There's a lot of reading.
Now, how important is it for you to, like you said, you read to the point where you know other people's lines? How important do you think it is for you to know not only your lines, but the other actor's line as well?
Yeah, so because you need to know when to come in. You need to know when a line is over with. But also, you need to know what's happening in this other scene, because this other scene might affect you 10 pages later. So yeah, stuff like that. So yeah. I don't memorize everybody's lines, but I'm aware of what's happening in the other scenes, and I'm like, okay then. So and so, that character mentioned my name on page 50. I meet that character on page 73. So let me see. You know what I'm saying? Like little stuff like that. Like I connect dots like that, kind of. But yeah, just yeah.
So
about it.
You ain't gonna be like Will Smith on the when he was first doing the Fresh Prince, where he's like lip syncing everybody else's lines.
He sure was, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was.
He talked about that. He's like, I guess he was so unsure of himself.
And then
he was.
He didn't really know about acting that way, and he just got a great memory apparently.
He said Uncle Phil pulled him to the side. He's like, "Yo, you throwing me off."
Yeah, but that was like, they should have came to him sooner, because he did that like maybe the first 7
season.
or 8 episodes in.
It was like almost the whole first season.
Yeah, they should have came to him episode 1, like, hey, bro, look here on this pilot. It looked like you was mouthing. Don't do that. Like, yeah, they should have came to him sooner, in my opinion. But he got right. He got right though. He got right.
They probably thought they could cut away from it for the most part, so it didn't really matter. But it is going to affect your co-stars though.
Right. Yeah. Like, why did you do mouths in my word? Let me coach. Like,
Now for Black Wall Street. So how did you? Because you're in Little Rock and play was in Atlanta. How did you go about rehearsal for it?
Rehearsal for that. Still during the pandemic, so Zoom rehearsals really benefited everybody. So we rehearsed maybe like 3 or 4 days a week. Maybe like every other day. We would say our lines like that, and we'll kind of like branch off and like link up on Zoom, and then kind of just interact with each other, try to build some type of chemistry. Because I didn't know none of these people give or take the one dude that was in Arkansas that was with us on the Zoom. But you kind of like branch off and kind of get to know these people through technology. And that was a repetitive theme for maybe like a month and a half. And then we went into production.
So with doing rehearsal with Zoom, did it like kind of feel different compared to just like face to face, how you would normally? Was it harder?
Yeah, it was hard because everybody Wi-Fi ain't the same. You know that somebody lagging. You know somebody lagging. Somebody Wi-Fi ain't right. They got the cheapest plan. So when you say your line, it's a long 15-second lag, and you like, what the heck? So it was some stuff. Yeah, it was a challenge. You're like, what's going on? What if the thunderstorming? So that's messing up my internet connection. No, you cheap. You just something right. You got that raggedy antenna out there.
I don't know, man. It could be the company, man. It could be the company.
It could be. It could be. You're right. It might be. But yeah, everybody Wi-Fi wasn't never right. And then some folks that they show up late. I just got off the set and this like, all right, now it's still a pandemic. You ain't working that hard. So little stuff like that. But for the most part, it was an amazing experience. It was great.
Now, would you want to do more like stage as far as like Broadway? Would that be kind of a goal for you?
Maybe one show up there, but maybe one show up there, maybe like one solid show up there, and then I'm straight on that. Yeah, one. Yeah, Broadway is alright, but it's other great theater in the country.
So with that said, what is your ultimate goal for yourself?
I want to be like a full-time professional actor, successful. I want to be successful in the game.
So within that, would it be? It doesn't matter, like stage or film. Like, what is your dream role for yourself?
Oh, I don't have a dream role. I just be happy to get booked. I'd be thankful to get a check. Like, see, I don't pretty much have a dream role. Maybe the only dream maybe is to work with Denzel Washington. That might be the only dream, like in the industry. Maybe him and Kerry Washington. I think those are phenomenal actors. But I don't have a dream role.
When you first started saying Kerry, I was thinking, I was like, Hilson? What?
Why would you even go there?
I don't even know, man. Pretty Girl Rock. I don't know.
Another drink.
And another drink.
And there's another drink you owe.
I'm gonna be plastered. I'm gonna be plastered.
That's not a joke.
Is that a punchline?
Look,
it's an observation.
For the benefit of you, we're going to say that was a joke.
That wasn't a joke. No, that's not the benefit of me. That's the benefit of
because it's worse that it isn't.
That's not a joke.
So you saying you're doing it on purpose?
Yeah.
Yep.
Either way, VA gets a drink. So as we wrap this up, we usually do this thing with actors as envision yourself receiving an Oscar. What would be your Oscar speech?
Ooh, I would like to thank God, my family, everybody that believed in me, and I guess the people that helped with that particular project. So that's the director, writer, production company, things like that. Yeah, I was not prepared for that question. Like, hey, I would like to thank the Academy. You know, Mama and Daddy. Mama and son on TV, hit record. Because we saving this tape. We saving this. You know, but yeah, like little stuff like that.
Well, Keith, thank you for talking to us today. You are filled with energy.
Yep.
Y'all kicking me out of here?
No, we just gotta.
We're just gliding you to the door.
Hey, look.
Y'all getting rid of me?
You
It's
ain't-
only
you
been a
ain't-
couple
You
minutes.
are listen.
A
listen,
couple.
Let me tell you this.
You ain't gotta go home.
It's only been a couple minutes.
Man,
Listen, you
we
can
have
come
different
back,
ideas of
you
a couple
can come
minutes.
back as a guest to be a part of any podcast. If you come up here, you can come in and you can be a guest. You know what I'm saying? Chime in on some conversations that we have anytime.
Okay then. Definitely. Thank you for having me. It was fun.
Oh, it was a pleasure. But today you have to go.
All right, that's cool. All right, fine. It's only been a couple minutes, but all right, that's cool. That's cool.
You have a very strange sense of math.
Yeah, don't we all?
I guess we do.
Don't we all? You know.
Well, I'm Kevin Mumphrey with Karsten Ferguson.
Yep.
V.A. Jones.
Yeah.
This is Fuck We'll Fix It in Post, and that is a wrap.